morning students, welcome back to biology class. Iqbal Chughtai here again, and today we will study human transport system, and the segment we are studying today is blood vessels. What are blood vessels? Blood vessels are actually tubes, and in these tubes blood is circulating within the body. There is a network of tubes that is present all around in the body, and this network is actually concerned that organs, they are connected with the heart, and the blood supplies are maintained or sent to the organs within closed blood vessels, and blood is taken back from these organs again within these closed blood vessels. There are three types of blood vessels: arteries, veins, and capillaries. I repeat, there are three types of blood vessels: arteries, veins, and capillaries. Arteries are the blood vessels that supply blood to the organs. They carry blood from the heart and supply to the different body organs. Each specific artery is supplying blood to a specific organ. Like pulmonary artery is supplying blood to the lungs, renal artery is supplying blood to the kidneys, coronary artery is supplying blood to the heart, hepatic artery is supplying blood to the liver. These arteries are mostly carrying oxygenated blood to the organs, except for the pulmonary artery. Pulmonary artery carries deoxygenated blood from the heart and supplies it to the lungs, where this blood is purified. Carbon dioxide is removed from this blood and oxygen is added in the lungs, and then this blood is sent back to the heart so that heart can circulate it throughout the body. In the arteries, mostly blood flows in the high pressure, and this high pressure flow is maintained within the arteries, and the arteries are specially structurally adapted for this purpose. For example, arteries have got narrow lumen. Lumen is the cavity inside the arteries tubes. Arteries are provided with narrow lumen, and these arteries are also provided with thick, muscular, and elastic walls. Narrow lumen allows high pressure flow of blood, means large volume of blood when it is allowed to flow through a narrow lumen, so automatically its pressure impact is increased. Similarly, thick muscular walls, they are also able to maintain the pressure within the arteries. When the pressure flow is coming at a higher pressure than the bearable limit of the artery, so these muscular walls they can relax around, increasing the lumen diameter, and the pressure of the blood is reduced to the normal required limit of that artery. Similarly, elastic walls help these arteries to absorb the pressure of the blood that is flowing through them. When we come across with veins, veins are the blood vessels that carry blood back to the heart, and these veins are bringing blood from the specific organs. Like renal vein is bringing blood back to the heart from the kidneys. Hepatic vein is bringing blood back from the liver. Similarly, we can have number of other, like pulmonary vein, that is bringing blood back from the lungs after it has been oxygenated. Mostly veins are bringing back deoxygenated blood, a blood that is containing carbon dioxide in high concentration. But pulmonary vein is the only vein that brings oxygenated blood from the lungs to the heart. The pressure flow of blood in the veins is always reduced, and this reduced pressure is maintained within the veins with the help of large lumen. And as the pressure flow is low in the veins, so in that very case there is no need to have thick muscular and much elastic walls. So when we compare the walls of veins with that of arteries, so veins are provided with thin muscular and less elastic walls compared to arteries. In order to avoid backward flow of blood within the veins, that is likely to occur because most of the veins are running through the muscles, and muscular movements can result, blood can be flowing back in the veins. So in order to avoid this backward flow of blood, veins are provided at intervals with semilunar valve. These semilunar valves close whenever there is a possible chance of backward flow of blood, and they do not allow the blood to move back. They only allow the blood to move in the forward direction. Now, these veins and these arteries, they are actually arising, or they are entering the organs. Once the artery enters the organ, this artery gives rise to large number of branches, large number of tubes, and these tubes are smaller in diameter, smaller in other structural aspects, and they are carrying blood to each and every tissue within that organ. And these smaller arteries within the organs, these are known as arterioles. So arterioles carry blood towards each and every tissue that is present within the organ. Similarly, from these tissues, blood is collected back by venules. Venules are also smaller tubes. They are structurally same as that of veins, but these tubes are actually bringing blood from the tissues, and later they will join to make veins. Within the tissues, exchange of material is maintained by third type of blood vessel, and this third type of blood vessel is known as capillary in singular, and there is a network of these large number of vessels within the tissues, so we call them as capillaries. These are microscopic blood vessels, and actually exchange of materials with blood plasma and that of tissue fluid occurs at these capillaries. In order to maintain this exchange, capillaries are structurally adapted for this purpose, means they have got only one cell thick wall, and this wall is actually made up of cells known as endothelial cells, and as a tissue we can call it endothelium. There are gaps between these endothelial cells, so substances can easily diffuse, can easily move through this single celled wall, and even they can move faster through those gaps. Capillaries have got very narrow lumen, and that can allow red blood cell to squeeze through them one by one. So means red blood cells cannot move through capillaries in a large bulk, so they have to queue up while moving through the capillaries. The whole network of these blood vessels is summed up in a way that arteries, they carry blood from the heart towards different body organs. When these arteries enter within the organs, they give rise to large number of arterioles that carry blood to every tissue present within an organ. Within the tissues, capillaries maintain the exchange of substances between blood plasma and the tissue fluid, like nutrients are moving out of blood plasma into tissue fluid, oxygen is diffusing out of blood plasma into tissue fluid, and the waste substances and carbon dioxide, they are diffusing into the capillaries, into the blood plasma in the capillaries. These capillaries unite to give rise to venules, and venules emerge out of each tissue. And before the vein arises from an organ, all these venules, they join together to make that vein, and that vein emerges out of that organ that carries blood back to the heart. So there is a complete network of blood vessels, and you can see here that from the heart, different blood vessels are arising. They are circulating around the body. They are supplying blood to the different organs in the form of arteries, and all that deoxygenated blood is collected back with the help of veins and returned to the heart. This was all about blood vessels today. Thank you very much for today. See you soon with another episode of this human transport that we will study about heart. Thank you very much.